Hey guys, Brandon here with GearRat Outdoors. I'm going to talk to you about some different varieties of stoves and kind of pot setups together today. These two in the middle, you'll notice it's the E-Tech City and the Alex from our products under $20 on Amazon that we're going to be showing you. But we're just going to kind of show those how they compare from one end of the spectrum, from the cheapest, lightest thing you can get to something that's more expensive that'll last you a little longer. So we'll start down here. The cheapest, lightest thing you'll hear everybody always talk about is a Fancy Feast stove. It's basically this little cat food can with a bunch of holes poked in it. You put some denatured alcohol in it, have a little tinfoil windscreen that goes around it, and that's basically your whole setup right there. It weighs nothing but fuel, basically. I don't even remember what that showed up on the scale as. With this is basically the Cadillac version of that same kind of stove. It's a denatured alcohol stove again. This one has a snuffer and a lid so that you can actually store, if you have a little fuel left over, you can store it in there. You have the snuffer to put it out. It's a little bit larger. These are around the same price comparably from the alcohol stove. This is a canister stove, the E-Tech City. It's similar to a jet boiler pocket rocket that just screws on a canister. This one actually comes with an igniter on it, and these all collapse down, and it fits in a really small canister here. That thing's only about 10 bucks, and it kind of feels like it when you're holding it. If you're going on a long enough hike, you might want to buy two of these and have one ready to mail to you, just in case something snaps on it or whatever. This is the MSR pocket rocket. You've heard about this a lot, I'm sure. This is a bomb-proof stove that will fit on any canister and boils your water, cooks your food, you can simmer on it. It's a great all-around stove. It's about 40 bucks, but it's money well spent. It does pack a little bit larger, but it's still doesn't take up much space in your pack. One of the big differences with these two is what kind of pots can sit on them. Like here we have a Tabera cook set. This is another one of those products. It's only $17 on Amazon. It'll sit on the Fancy Feast stove. It'll sit on the pocket rocket. It'll sit on the E-Tech City. Let me get it back out there for a second. So yeah, it'll sit on there, no problem. But when you try to set it on the Alex stove, it barely sits on there. You got to set it just right or it'll tip over. If you're using that Alex stove, you're going to end up using something more like the GSI Duelist sits on it easily, or one of these old mess kit pots, old Boy Scout, Army mess kit kind of thing. It sits on there real easy, or the grease pot from Walmart would fit on there very well. And these pots will fit on any of these other stoves as well. But if you have something with a really narrow bottom, like one of these Stanley cook sets, it has to either sit directly on the stove with the Alex. It'll sit on the Fancy Feast stove, okay? And it'll barely sit on the pocket rocket. You kind of have to center it. It does actually fit well on the E-Tech City. And you can even flip these in if you want to have a little smaller base. So that kind of gives you an idea. And if you're using one of these cups, it'll fit on any of these. Again, like the Tabera, it barely fits on that. But that just gives you kind of an idea. From less than $10 for all the tools and everything it takes to make this, and you can probably buy the fuel too, up to $40 with a $5 canister. Somewhere in between, you have both of these that are both good stoves. Pretty much any of these would work for somebody. It's just the longer trip you're going to do, I would suggest going with something that's a little more trusted. But that gives you a good idea what we have here, some different options. We'll talk about these some more, give you some burn test, fuel, boil time tests and everything between the different versions. Get back to you later with that. Y'all take care and have a good day.